I've been feeling sort of stuck lately. Lots of stress, anxiety, and doubt and fear, the emotions that will hold you back. So I went down to the river to clear my mind and reset. I like to picture it washing all the worries away, and it really works. You know, nature may not speak to us verbally, but it does communicate and shows us what's important and grounds us and has answers and advice and lessons and lets you sit with your thoughts in a state of clarity. In the water, I just felt so free and happy. I decided to prioritize the things that put a smile on my face this week. It was time to leave it all behind. This time of year, the forests are getting so lush. There's a perfect mix of hot sunshine and heavy rain to nourish the land. The spruce tips are out on the conifers, the tasty little fresh buds filled with nutrients, and the air is thicker now, warm and damp, really soothing to inhale. Being among the tall trees and the moving water, the moss and the medicinal mushrooms is one of my favorite feelings. Discovering and foraging and connecting, being alone in the forest, but not really, because everything around me is so alive. So I'm starting my sprouts for the week right now. The thing is, they're so simple to make and you can spend a ton of money in store and buy them, but from my experience, they'll get soggy quickly and they're just not as fresh. I'm also a really big advocate for if you can do something yourself, why not learn the skill, challenge yourself to do it, and develop more of a connection with what you're doing and intention in what you're consuming, and get more mindful and appreciative, have gratitude. And beyond that, this practice is just really fun. You just cover the seeds with a bit of water, let a couple hours go by, drain, rinse, drain, pop it in here at an angle and start that cycle of draining and rinsing and draining. By the end of the week, I'll have a jar full of sprouts. These are kale sprouts specifically. All right, so just keep the bugs out of this for a couple hours and then come back. So you just, and then rinse. And then what I like to do is kind of shake the glass around like this, and the seeds will stick all over the sides so they're not all clumped up in one spot. Take the separate bowl, pop it in like this so it's at an angle, and I'll do the rinsing and draining like I just showed twice a day until they're ready.
Tonight, and tonight only, hot dogs, possibly beans over an open flame. Salamander Cove, 7 p.m.
Wow. We haven't done an adventure like this in a long time, so we're so excited. We're gonna be taking out the van. Come here, Harper.
And we want to bring this lady, but it's probably too much work.
Too soon. One day you get to go on all of the adventures.
You're gonna love a canoe ride. Oh, she's purring.
Alright, let's pack. It's gotta come this way.
Oh, you brought sticks?
Yeah, for the hot dogs. I don't know, I think I'm gonna do it.
All the way in?
Just at least my legs, I think.
That's not going in the water.
Here I go.
Laurel across the way, that is all in. There's multiple shades just within the foliage alone, and then you get the orange up there, and it's just like, it's so rich. It really is. Oh, they're gonna be good though. Wow. Oh no, but they might be a little heavy for these weak.
Oh no.
I don't know that that's gonna work. I have to cut. Where's this fat?
Right there. Got plates right here too. So when we go on trips like these where we have to carry a bunch of stuff in, these bags are so useful. This bag is called the Raymond Tote, and it's by On the Road Again, which is a brand that my friend Mary created. And her company is the sponsor of this video. Everything she does is rooted in sustainability. Right now there is a big problem with textile waste, and the thing is, it can be repurposed. So Mary takes the durable material sitting around in the warehouses awaiting the landfills and completely transforms them into stylish goods. Her mother was a seamstress and taught her everything she knows in their home, and now Mary still lives there and runs her business out of it. The Raymond Tote specifically uses seat belts as the straps and US-made grommets to reinforce it and make the bags even more strong. They are so versatile too. I know students and teachers use them for their heavy books. It's an incredible gym bag with the breathable mesh. You can gather kindling for a fire, take it out in the canoe, and campouts like this trip. You can literally hose it down without damaging it. I'm genuinely so honored to be partnering with Mary and excited to announce that you can take 20% off your entire order using code ALLIE at checkout. The link to that will be in the description below. And thanks again to On the Road Again for sponsoring this video.
Wow, the kraut is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yours has so much on it. So good. By this point in the week, I was definitely feeling better. We'd gotten out, had fun, escaped, but there were some things on my mind back home, tasks that were waiting to be finished, and sometimes a part of letting things go is as simple as completing them, so they do not occupy your headspace anymore. It's funny how sometimes the little chores will take a back seat and they're so simple to complete, but because of that, you put them off, thinking things like, oh, that won't take so long, I can just get that done a little later. Anyways, so we had put stone down in the garden and fell just short of the material we needed. So Kyle got some matching bags and I distributed it over the tarps in the blank spaces, getting closer and closer to finally completing the garden for the season. The thing is, we still didn't have enough, so I will have to do this one more time. But it was so satisfying to watch it come together, and I also started adding in some rounds of peas and beans, packing that space as full as possible so we can be as self-sustainable as possible this growing season. The older I get, I find my perception of time is shifting, and I value the little moments a lot more and sort of understand the ephemerality of life, cherishing things more, finding magic in the mundane, and romanticizing things. And so with the fields being so wispy and long right now, one of my sisters and I decided to do a sunset picnic and really enjoy each other's company, make the memories, brought a good setup and shared food and laughs, took photos and danced. It was so sensory. The crickets, the frogs, the owls, the grass in the wind, the candle flickering. I think we'll both remember that evening forever. These sprouts I started earlier in the week are completely ready to go. The glass is filled with sprouts, and I'm going to put them in one of my favorite hot weather snacks or meals, which I'll just stuff a bunch of vegetables in either like a rice paper roll. Today I'm going to do a seaweed roll, and then on the side I'll do a really simple, cool ginger cashew dressing that I can dip it into. It's just so hot today. It's over 80 degrees. It's not even noon yet. No AC. So this will hit the spot. So fresh. I think I could eat hundreds of these. Years ago, when I thought about what I wanted to do with my life, it was honestly a lot different than where I'm at right now. I had gone through 4 years of college, gotten a business degree in marketing, went on to work in corporate, managing marketing for a company. I didn't love the environment I was in. When I left that job, it felt like this big chapter of self-exploration and growth and really figuring out what would make me happy going forward. Really passionate about wellness, so eating clean, raw, whole foods, also taking care of what you put on your body because that gets absorbed in as well. I was making a lot of my own products for myself and they were working really well, so I started Lucid Lavender. I have been working on a rebrand. Everything I do is small batch, and I am such an eyeballer with recipes, so though I am putting the same amount of ingredients in each time, I more mentally memorized the recipe as opposed to writing down strict measurements. So now I'm going back through the ingredients and measuring them out one by one so that I can scale up the recipes and hopefully start making bigger batches just a little bit, because the container I use now is only 32 ounces. So the first one that I'm starting with is my remedy salve. Actually, I don't think I'm going to be carrying it into the initial rebranding product lineup because I need to start small and work my way up because I need all new labels, and I have my all-purpose salve, which is kind of a stronger version of this. But I did want to put this one last batch for now out because I know so many of you have really loved using it. So stock up if you need some. But it was a lot easier than I thought. I just wrote everything down as I went through. On an unrelated note to the products and the recipes that I'm working on, I just wanted to say that if you feel like you are in discontent with your life, you're not happy with where things are going, you feel stuck or in a cycle that you don't want to be in, I urge you to step out of your comfort zone and try to pursue what makes you feel alive, because we only have one life. And I don't mean to sound naive or make it seem so simple and obvious. You'll face challenges and anxiety and all those normal human emotions breaking free from where you're at. And the journey won't always be bright sunshine. Things ebb and flow. There's ups and downs. There always will be. When I left my job, I was saying goodbye to security and to a path I had spent years creating and sacrificing for. But I had this feeling in my gut, in my heart, that told me I had to do something else if I was going to be genuinely happy with my life. And this isn't just like a job-related thing I'm talking about. It can be relationships with friends or a partner, location, moving somewhere, having new experiences. If you feel really called to do something, you should chase it. Like I said, we only have one life. I think we owe it to ourselves to try. And if you fail the first try, so what? Isn't it a beautiful thought to live a life of oh wells rather than what ifs? So thank you for being here, for being a part of this journey. It means the world to me. And for everyone watching this, I believe in you.